Hey guys, this is Trevor from Let Us Review Cinema. Just wanted to update y'all real quick that this is one part of our hour-long podcast videos that come out every week, Friday at noon. So if you wish to see the whole thing, be sure to go find that on our YouTube page. Also be linked in the description below. Just remember that this is just one little part from that. So if you like to see more of us, go check those out. We haven't even done our review for The Incredible Hulk. So I think we gotta be snippy with this.
Hurry it up.
Be very
hurry
quick.
it
up. I'm excited to hear what John has to say because he did say he doesn't want Hulk in Doomsday, so I feel like he's lower on this movie. So we'll just start with ratings. I do want to hear John's last. Mr. Whittaker, what do you give the Incredible Hulk movie out of 10?
Don't be mad. I'm going to give it a 7.9 out of 10.
Oh, that's not bad. Okay. Okay. We're chilling.
I saw you
honestly,
doing that, I'm like,
that's honestly lower than I expected from you.
not bad.
From you, at least.
You said 7.9?
7.9 out of 10 for the Incredible Hulk for
Okay.
reasons I will get into in a little bit. I want to hear the rest of y'all's point.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this movie a 7.5. I feel like it's definitely overhated, but there's still some things that are wrong with it.
Whoa.
Luke's pissed.
No, honestly, I'm kind of surprised. Like it.
Me too.
Like-
I'm very surprised.
No, I'm surprised. Like how high you gave it.
Oh.
I feel like on rewatch, like, because there's a lot of talking in that movie, obviously. So when I first saw it when I was younger, I was like, this is the most boring movie ever. But now that my frontal lobe is almost developed, I'm like, oh my gosh.
Almost.
Almost. Yeah.
I'm like, this movie's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. But Mr. Luke, what do you give this movie out of 10? I'm very nervous.
Well, I'm gonna give John's number 10 out of 10 real quick. But
Oh wow.
no, that's John. That's John's number. That's not mine.
Okay.
No.
What to say?
No.
Luke,
my
I love
number-
you, but that's just crazy.
He's like, the joke is old,
no.
bro.
No. But it's true. The real
That's
number
stir the pot.
is it's 6.3 out of 10.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, that's I am very surprised about all of these ratings. I am not gonna lie. I thought that none of you guys were gonna be below an 8. To be honest,
So what's that? What does that make your rating, John?
I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
So when
Hey,
Luke said,
gross.
so when Luke said 6.3, you said
6.3.
that's that. I was like, oh my lord, that's like, I think this is outside because I think The Shining was our like lowest review we've ever done. We gave that one like three across the board. I'm honestly very surprised that
The Shining.
The Shining.
yeah, The
Jack
Shining sucks.
Nicholson's The Shining.
Wait,
Buns.
Whittaker, what did you give it?
I gave it a 2.5, I think.
Oh my gosh!
It was.
Do you even know movies like at all?
We
Luke
know
wants to
ball,
join
Luke.
anymore.
We know ball. The reason why I did not like The Shining is because it made no sense at all.
It was too
just
long, nothing
madness.
Nothing
It
happened.
was just
It was pure
madness.
chaos. It was pure chaos.
No,
It was so bad. It was
Joker.
spooky.
Okay, Joker Fully Dough is better than The Shining.
Yes,
I will say that
Yes,
much.
it is.
Listen,
Yes, it is.
listen,
Yes, it is.
listen, I'm not going to be like John and leave the chat for a moment to recollect myself, but like, dude, no, like, no, 100%.
This will probably be one of the times you do not agree with me on that. But
Oh, like honestly, like I was afraid. I was about this dude's about to be my new best friend, and he didn't even ask for it, and he's gonna be it. And then now you just ruined it, like because you just. Okay, sorry. No,
doesn't-
let's go back. Let's go back to the whole one, 'cause-
another thing too if the own creator of the story who helped make the film did not like it, it also just makes sense. Stephen King
Stephen
himself
King.
said he hated the movie itself. He hated it because he said it also made no sense. He was in direct correlation with the production of the movie, and he said it still didn't make any sense.
Well, Stephen King
So-
doesn't make sense, period. So, except Shawshank. Shawshank is great. Phenomenal.
Shawshank is a great movie.
Green Mile, don't forget
Green,
about that too.
Green
The
Mile.
Long Walk. The Long Walk. I don't know if anyone else saw that.
I
I
want to
haven't
watch
watched that one yet, but
I haven't
also
watched it.
So good.
I heard that's a great movie.
Really good. It's my favorite movie of last
so-
year.
So, Marty Supreme was mine.
Yep, for me
So,
as well.
I want to give mine really quick because I actually took a bunch of notes, but I'm going to make it very
Oh,
summarized if that's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Culture
okay.
us.
So, do you guys remember like the early X-Men movies at all?
Mhm.
Okay. So, like the whole intro of like the credits and everything, it gave me such early 2000s vibes. Like
Mhm.
this movie was like 2008, 2009, I think. The Incredible Hulk, but the way it was presented, I was like, this is just like watching X-Men.
Yeah.
Like the way it was the way they did it, and I thought that was really interesting. And it kind of gave me that vibes, and it kind of made it like, hey, that's kind of weird. You know, I never thought of that before. Also, I'm going to kind of run through the whole movie real quick, but I want to like hear everyone's thoughts still too. But when we first see the Hulk in the bottle plant, the bottling factory, and he's pushing that tank across and just destroying those soldiers. I thought, what a terrible way to die.
Right? Yeah.
I thought these guys literally got ran over by rails, not by the tank, by the rails in there. I know that's a weird thing to think about, but I thought that was so crazy. Like I was like, that's a pretty graphic death, you know. And then after he leaves the factory, he wakes up, he's starting to speak Portuguese, and the guy's like, I don't speak Portuguese. And then he switches to Spanish, and he goes, you know, Donde está, where am I?
Right.
And he goes, Guatemala. And I'm assuming this is the next day, you know, that he's there or whatever it is. In one night. And I researched this. He went 2,400 miles in one night. You know how stupid that is?
It's Hulk stupid.
Like it's
Hulk stupid.
It's Hulk stupid. Like it's like, are you serious? Like this dude almost went the distance from Los Angeles to New York
In one
in
night.
in one night. Like didn't make any sense. Thought it was weird.
That's crazy.
And I love the Captain America references, you know, when Thunderbolt Ross and Blonsky are there, and I love that he says, you know, the super soldier serum back in WW2. That was a good throwback. Also, if you didn't notice the thing too, I don't know if you guys caught on to this, but at the pizza shop, it was named Stan Lee's
Yeah.
Pizzeria. So Stan Lee's, yeah. So I thought that was really funny.
Also,
Lou
I don't-
Ferrigno-
Also,
Go ahead.
don't know if that's that student that does like little pizza nod. That's the same teacher from No Way Home. That's the same teacher.
So that was one of my things.
Yep.
That was one of my parts. So Lou Ferrigno's cameo, great. You know, OG, all the Hulk everyone remembers, right? And
Mhm.
so
Security guard.
yeah, security guard. I loved it. It also showed like everyone talks about how nice Lou Ferrigno is, and like it actually showed that even in the thing because Edward Norton goes, "You're the man," and he's like, "God bless you, buddy," like, you know, partner, whatever, and just like it kind of like a good passing of the torch moment, you know, that they hoped it was going to be, because Edward Norton didn't continue on with Hulk after this, because I'm sure you know this.
Creative
Edward Norton,
differences.
well, creative differences, but also he didn't want, yeah, exactly. He didn't want to do sequels. He didn't want to be tied to a franchise. He was like, hey, look, I'm good. I did it. Right. And my next point was Martin Starr. That's the actor's name who played Mr. Harrington on Spider-Man. That he was the computer nerd. That was the IMDb character name. He was the computer nerd. And that, because I honestly thought to myself, oh, is that how they taught it together? Like, was he just an old, maybe that's what he did in college, right? And then later on, he became a teacher. Like, that's what I thought of. And then going to like the part where Blonsky is getting the injections the first time. I thought it was weird because honestly, dude, like, so when women give birth, you know, they get an epidural, or if you're getting a spine surgery, you get like an epidural, right? And so it's this huge long needle. So you see that needle go into his back, and that actually made me almost like throw up. Like I was having like PTSD from like watching Katie have to go through that when she had kids. But also a thing was too, like I didn't know if you guys noticed this, like, but when his bone cracked, when that happened in that scene, I don't know if you heard it, but his bone cracked, and I'm thinking, did they just break his back, or or was that was just a mutation happening? So I kind of didn't get that part. I mean, again, I'm not trying to think about it. And Edward Norton's face when he's changing in that scene where he's at the university and he's locked in at the it's hilarious. Like it's just like what? Like it's just like it's a fear thing, but also he didn't look like scary. He didn't look like someone who's like, oh wow, it's about to happen. Like it just was awkward to me. And then but also like a part of this too was when Thunderbolt Ross was saying like, where's the 50 cals? And you just see these Humvees just wow, like jump in there. And dude, I was cracking up laughing. Like these guys were going so hard into this. Like it was funny to me because it's just like, where are the cannons? And then you have these cannons and same thing. And then right after that, like Blonsky gets kicked into the tree, which the whole thing is
all you got.
Yeah, is all you got? It was like Loki in the first Avengers when he just Hulk just defeated him, like threw him around. So it was like funny to me. So I thought the purple pants reference in the hotel was funny. And then of course like the play like the words. It's when Stearns is seeing Blonsky and he wants to have the godlike power of Hulk, and say all that stuff, and he's like, it'd be like an abomination. I'm like, and also I thought something else that was really funny to me was when it's near the final scene, but at the final part of the battle near the end of the film, when it says you see the gas leaking out of the helicopter. And then if you look at it, it says, beware of blast. Like right next to it. And I'm like, okay. Like you could see like that, like, okay, like this could happen, I guess. Like and then like so, and don't get me wrong, like the whole hand clap thing, how he stops it from the blast, because it's setting up that it's gonna blast, and then he does the hand clap. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, like I get it, it's cool, like this showing like he's able to do that, but I just think it's kind of like low-key really dumb. Like I just was like, oh, he hand clapped really hard and he blew the fire away and he stopped the fire. And this is gonna be my last part of it. This movie started off so serious. It started off very serious, very like a great story. Like really, like I thought it was like this, like because I had not watched this movie in probably 10 years. So so kind of like how some of y'all probably studied in college, like you cram like for a test. I watched the video today because I wanted it to be fresh, right? So I rewatched it today, and Charlie, my son, watched it with me. And he's asking 1,000 questions and all this other stuff. But, I'm thinking like, man, this was like a really good story. Like, and then as soon as they kicked Blonsky into the tree, it tried to be like what Marvel, like they try to add just a lot of humor into it.
Mm-hmm. Especially whenever he falls out of the helicopter, he's like, "Oh!" And it's just the camera
dude,
drops out.
yes, right.
That's so
Like,
memorable for me.
well, and but it is funny. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's a total thing. Like, she's like, "What if you don't change?" And he's like, "I got
It's a
it."
Han
Right?
Solo moment. It's a Han Solo
Yeah.
moment, and I got. It's
Right.
like I got it. I'll be fine. You know.
And it kind of that's why I gave it a 6.3 because it kind of ruined it.
Mm.
Is like you took such a serious film telling a great story and you just ruined it. Like you ruined it with humor. And and it's not like how, Iron Man was right before that. Iron Man kicked off the new age of the MCU, right? The Infinity Saga. And when it did that, like Tony Stark was the smart aleck, wisecracking guy, and but you just knew that. Like Robert Downey Jr. was Tony Stark, right?
Right.
And that's why we loved him. Like we loved like that whole part of it. But as that movie went on, it got serious. Like it was like, this is what's happening. This is the threat. This is whatever. And like with and I don't feel like even the Abomination and Hulk fight was all that great. I don't think it was that. I think it was probably low key one of the worst battles in MCU history.
I feel like what was better was when he fought the military at the school. I feel like that fight was a lot better.
that was the big one. And then you have the guy from Modern Family who was completely completely just like an unnecessary character because he's Betty Ross's new boyfriend. But soon as Bruce comes back in the picture, she just totally forgets about him. Like he's not relevant. He calls General Ross because he knows something's going on, and because at first I was like, wait, how did they know that he was there? And then that's when it he said that he called him, and then it even at the end of him leaving, and Ty Burrell, that was the character, the actor's name, he's saying I know when someone's lying, and I know why doesn't trust you, and all this other stuff. And it got to the point to where he, and then but Thunderbolt Ross's comment was, "Where does she find these guys?"
Yeah.
Right. And again, it's funny, but I'm also like, I don't know. I think there could have been so much cut out of that movie. And it's a pretty short movie in standards of Marvel, hero movies. It was only 100. It was only an hour and 40 minutes. And I think that was my biggest problem with it. That's why I gave such a lower rating than all of y'all.
Right. I think Whitaker's phone might have died.
Yeah, probably.
It looks like he's joining back in. Did your phone die?
It died. When it does this.
You're good.
My microphone takes out all the battery.
Yeah, I feel like the movie started falling off whenever Betty Ross was introduced again. And I feel like that just slowly, because she kind of did like what you're talking about, like how it was better when it was more serious. And I feel like when she got introduced, a lot more of the humor started getting introduced. And that's just not what I wanted from this movie, because one of my favorite things about this movie, which is something that Edward Norton wanted originally, he wanted to dive deep into the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde relationship between Bruce and the Hulk. And that's something that I really think this movie did well, because they really played the Hulk as a horror villain, when you first see him step out of the shadow in that soda factory and he just growls at Blonsky and he literally just freezes up. He doesn't shoot at him at all. He just is frozen in fear. And that's something that I appreciate about the first Avengers movie also. When he's chasing Black Widow throughout the helicarrier and she's traumatized by that almost. I feel like that's how the Hulk should be treated, and not a comedic character like Ragnarok did, and then later
I gotta agree with what you said with introducing Betty Ross. Liv Tyler was never really my favorite actress. I didn't really even like her in Lord of the Rings as the Elvish
Whoa, that is a
princess.
hot take. That is a hot take. I think. Oh, dude. Okay.
If you know, you know. It's just the Bruce. Like I can't take her seriously while looking at her. It's not the just not for me. She's not my favorite.
Like,
But
yeah.
the whole Jekyll and Hyde concept, I do agree. Like the whole scene where he's in the shower and he's looking at the shower head and just sees the Gatling gun, and that just like
Dude.
peak idea
And
right
even
there.
that scene in the 2003 Hulk where he just got done showering and he wipes the fog off of the shower and he sees Hulk, and then like, you know, he's dreaming during that scene. He just breaks through and grabs him. Like, I just love when he's treated like a horror villain. Like, that's why I love the speech so much about like when Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, he was talking about like he tried to kill himself because of the trauma that the Hulk has caused him, and the Hulk literally wouldn't let him kill himself because, you know, he turned into the Hulk. That like
He's a symbiote at best. He's a parasite, but a parasite that can do good. You know.
Well, and I read something too about, and I forgot this was even in the trailer, but like it was supposed to show Edward Norton trying to kill himself in like Antarctica,
yeah.
like because of that, because of how taxing it is to do that. But also kind of go back to Betty Ross is where like I think because I besides the whole thing of how she just totally disregarded her boyfriend, and all this other stuff, but like really like I I just liked that she was just a regular human being. Like, and what I mean by that is because as you don't see anything about Betty Ross again until Endgame when it says that she vanished, and like it says it like in the thing, and but really like she was nothing after that movie, and I don't
Yeah.
like it how they made Natasha his love interest, kind of trying to be that, and it just didn't make any sense to me.
No.
And so, and Edward Norton is a better Hulk than Mark Ruffalo is to me. He's a better actor than Mark Ruffalo is to me, and it's really hard when you know the way they took it. Like they ruined Hulk, like, and I didn't even know this because like I'm like full disclosure, I'm not a comic book guy. I don't read the comics. I don't know. Everyone's talking about these different stories and all the things how it gets set up, and I'm like, that's great. There's a ton of different versions of these superheroes that we love, and but the only thing that I truly liked about Mark Ruffalo when he was the Hulk, and I know this is off subject kind of, but before he transforms in the first Avengers movie, and the final scene in the city or the battle in the city is when he goes, "That's my secret. I'm angry all the time.
I'm always angry.
I'm always angry." Right.
Yeah.
And that's how he controls it. Right. And so, but everything else about it, I just thought was, it was just like they're just two different characters,
Yeah.
and that's so bad. And I remember seeing the Eric Bana version too. Sam Elliott was Thunderbolt Ross in that one, and that movie was just like okay to me. Like I've only seen it once, and I never wanted to rewatch it because I think I was just so bored out of my mind.
Yeah.
Like who chooses Daz as a main character for Hulk to fight? Especially with it being his dad too. It's
Right, right, and so
not to mention the Hulk dogs. Like who decides that?
Yeah.
Who greenlit that?
and also like I thought it was interesting too because they don't call it because I had to look it up. I was like, so were they trying to do this as a sequel? Because they didn't deep dive into how he became the Hulk. They did it in the credits, right?
Yeah.
And so they said it was like a soft sequel, soft reboot of it. And but out of the three, hands down, Edward Norton's the best one.
Yeah.
And I wish that, he would have continued on with it, because I don't know if you guys like. Again, I do my research on this, but Edward Norton rewrote a lot of the scenes.
Yeah.
Like, and that just showed, like, dude, imagine if Joss Whedon or the Russo brothers would have allowed him to do that. Like, or,
Or Kevin Feige.
Or Kevin Feige. Yeah, Kevin Feige would have allowed him to do it. I mean, he let him do it in the first one, right?
Mhm.
And so, but also you don't want to deal with that, like, throughout the whole thing, because you pay these guys to write these stories and to direct it and to lead it, to do the vision it is. But unless it really is the part to where I find out that he wanted to kind of humanize, make it more humorous. Like, that's, if he did do that, I don't know if he did or not, but if he did that, like, that's the problem, like, to me. But you can't go from a great Hulk like that, and then as you carry on as the joke he is in Ragnarok, and furthermore, the joke of how he is in Endgame, because he was not. Because after this one, I really thought to myself, if I never would have saw Hulk again, I wouldn't have been upset.
Yeah, that's a good point. What do you think, John? What have you been cooking up these past while?
Man,
I missed hearing your voice.
I told you guys. It's okay. I've been learning a lot about all the actors and all the things in my brain. I feel like I've been sitting through a 2-hour lecture, low key. Anyways, I'm off, bro. No, I was telling them last week how I specifically like the first Marvel movies that like show the person getting into whatever character they're supposed to get into. Spider-Man, he gets bit by the spider, whatever. I just wasn't a big fan of the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, he's this big, tough guy, whatever, and nothing really incredible. I mean, yes, there, like you said, the humor was there and everything like that.
No.
I don't know. What?
Nothing. That's it.
He was trying to do a play on words. The guy failed.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Wah wah. Blop.
I don't know. I just didn't. I would watch it again, but it loses a lot of points because I feel like what makes a Marvel movie special, in my opinion, is seeing a person get into who they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And if they don't specifically show that, it loses a lot of points for me. There's not, I mean, that's literally why I dropped it so many points. Movie as itself, like, yes, you have all the great things. There's obviously things that take away excitement and all that, but, like, it's just, like, that's what makes him special. I thought that's why the first Spider-Man movie was just an OG, was because he gets bit by the spider and all that stuff, and that's what makes that type of thing really cool with Iron Man. That's what makes Iron Man, like, that's what makes the first movie really, really cool. And so, literally, I don't have much more to say than just flat out, like, it's just really cool to incorporate, like, oh my gosh, like, this is how he transforms.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So John, have you seen the first Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Yes.
So I'm just curious, and, like, this is genuine, when I'm asking this, because in that one he picks, like, he's already Spider-Man, like, he's not bit there, right? He's, and I know you're talking like Tobey Maguire, and I think in Andrew Garfield they show it too, right? But, like, and I get that too. So, but also you look, I look at movies too, like that, where I like the origin story, but also it's like, when is it enough? Because if you look at, like, again, this is a different universe and different comic, but, like, look at Batman, right? you know, when you watch Batman, like the one with Michael Keaton, like he's already Batman, right? And then you watch like the Dark Knight. But like the Dark Knight in itself, I mean, it's a totally separate thing because it's Christopher Nolan and it's like a whole different thing. But then you also let's look at you know, the Batman, like with Robert Pattinson, right?
But
So, no. So what I'm asking is like, how do you feel about movies like that, though? Like, you know, where they already start off like that, like compared to this one.
those are really great movies. I personally, as a movie watcher, if I'm watching Marvel or DC, me as as an audience member, I just like the element of that. I like to see them turn into that person. I'm not saying that all movies are bad because of that. Hulk's just one of those movies that's like, it's not an amazing movie. It's not a Spider-Man movie, right? But they don't have to have that. But to me, it's like, I feel like all originals should have that. But that's just me.
And, no, and I think you make a fair point. I mean, I don't disagree with you at all. Like, so please hear that. I mean, it's
You don't disagree with me? What the heck?
I don't. So, because you do see like them doing the OG part of it. Like they're trying to do that in the credits, right? They're trying to do this movie. They're trying to just do that, or they're trying to catch you up,
Right?
he's already, and he's just trying to. He's on the run in Brazil, trying to be like trying to keep it under control. So no, I get that. But
I just
also
think it's
like,
cool. I just think if they were to add that to every, like the Batman movie, incredible movie. It's a great movie. But like to me, like if they add the element of like that somebody's just a regular person, and like I feel like I was also thinking about this though whenever I was thinking about why like I would drop it so many points in it, and for only one reason. But in my mind, like, yes, that might get repetitive of having every first movie be like, okay, how does this person turn into who they're supposed to be? The producers that make these movies are intelligent enough to change it up. So I don't think even if they made it like each Whitaker, I don't like how Whitaker's looking at me right now. In my opinion, they should be able to show how they turn into who they're supposed to be and make it creative. That's their job as producers. And I feel like that not every movie is bad if they don't show that, but to me that's special. And that's very cool. That's why I love the first Spider-Man movie. I love him like figuring out like, oh my gosh, like what's going on, you know?
What is Whitaker laughing at?
Yeah, what are you laughing at?
I was just trying to hold back the fact of how serious he's telling the producers to do better at their job. He's like, just do better. Find a different way. Just do better.
No.
Like these people have not been doing this for years and years and years.
Like, I'm just saying, like, because like Batman, like he's already Batman, right? Well, I feel like producers are good enough to incorporate that into every movie. Now, does that make the movie bad from the producer? No, it does not. I love the Batman. I love that movie. But I don't know. I just feel like me as a viewer, I like to see the transformation.
Yeah, fair enough. That's fair, you know, and because to me, I get that because I like to see that too. But also the part of it is like, how many times do I have to see Batman's parents die?
Mm-hmm. How many times, Batman?
Yeah,
how many times?
Right. I mean, we know why he became Batman. Like we know why
that's the overall drive is that some people don't know, and those are the people who are just being introduced, like young kids and all that kind of stuff. That's what the other movies are for, is that for them to go do the research or go back to the comic books to understand even more. So no, but I mean, I love the Batman as a year one project where he was just a detective for a full year and he's had some time to figure things out, and you already know the basis of the story without having to try to dig deeper into it, because I kind of covered it a little bit, and when he was doing the detective work on Riddler and why he was targeting them and all that kind of stuff. So I I enjoyed it. I liked it.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, quick side note: the Penguin. That is one of the best. If they never did another season of that, that is one of the best seasons of a TV show I've ever
Absolute cinema.
watched.
Yes.
For sure.
So,
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
yeah, good.
Have you?
Peak.
I have. Yeah. It's been a long time, but I have. Yeah.
Loki was I have not seen that.
You haven't seen The Penguin?
I don't have HBO Max.
Bro.
Trevor, he doesn't have your hookup, bro.
Yeah.
What if you cut off the channel? You know what, new rule. If you have not seen a movie that I've seen, you're kicked off the channel.
Ooh.
That's literally impossible, John.
But if you admit that Eternals and Joker 2 are good movies, you can stay.
Goodbye, y'all.
Okay. Okay. I'm about to say.
Wait, Luke. Did you like the Joker 2 movie? Did you ever watch it?
I never saw it.
Oh wow.
Okay. Well, no, I love musicals.
Okay, I think you'll at least like this movie.
You'll
also,
love
I saw someone's post about this real quick. I know we got to continue because it's gone way longer than I thought it would. But the which is fine. I've been having a blast. Don't get me wrong. Like I think that's just honestly the part too where you got another person in here. But I'd still love to keep doing this with y'all. But anyway, so someone talked about Wicked for Good, like you guys made a post or something. Okay, so here's the thing: whatever hate that you have for that, it's justified because the thing is the second. So I've seen the actual Broadway musical,
right?
And the second act is never as good as the first one. It's and that's what it's known for.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, but with Joker 2, so the quick thing about Joker 2, I didn't see it purely because Joker 1 was so dark, like it was like too dark even for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I don't like how it kind of like celebrated that, like the darkness of the character.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of mental health issues, obviously, and things that have to be talked about and addressed. I'm a huge mental health advocate. But you were literally watching a completely evil, insane person. And they're showing the complete evil, insane acts that he's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And not that you couldn't get that point across in any other kind of way. I'm sure you could have, because Todd Phillips is, thought he did a great job with that. But that Joker, to me, is a movie like I will only watch once in my life. Like I have no desire. I wanted to see it. I loved watching it. I loved watching it because I love Joaquin Phoenix. But he just completely immersed himself into that, and it made you uncomfortable. Like, to me, it made you feel uncomfortable. Like that whole scene where he kills that one guy he worked for, and
Murray.
Murray.
We're talking about the one before he goes to Murray, or
before when he's in his apartment. And so, but the way he's looking and he's contorting his body and doing everything else like that, that's a whole different thing. If you watch like a Batman movie and Joker stuff, you see the comic book, or like the way, the silliness of it. Like Jack Nicholson that's why to me he's one of the greatest Jokers of all time.
Yeah.
Is because he was comedic, he was crazy, he was insane, but he was also he was whimsical, he was kind of whatever with it. But you're watching like a complete mentally ill person.
Yeah.
And that's dangerous. Like, when The Dark Knight came out, with Heath Ledger, and we all know how bad that was for him, where it took his life. You know how he struggled with sleeping and all this other stuff, trying to separate himself from that role. You saw copycats of that. Like, you might have read stories like people dressed up as the Joker, and like there was a shooting in Colorado because of that, and it was because of the way that he was portrayed. And that is what was so scary to me. That was more scary to me with the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix, because that was like, oh, someone could really copycat that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
It's very insane because I've already written an essay about mental health, and I used Joaquin Phoenix as an example. I'm actually using I'm doing an annotated bibliography this semester for and I'm really passionate about mental health, and I think I want to go into counseling. I think I want to do that as a profession, but I'm using that character again for a class I'm taking this semester. Like, it's all about mental health. It quite literally is, and it's like, I don't know, like, I'm just so like passionate about like everything that you just talked about, because it's like real crap that can happen, and it's pretty much real. It's reality, and it's real, and it's like, it's scary. It's really scary.
And also, like, I mean, and like I said, to y'all, like in other conversations, Whitaker, I know you don't know this because we haven't really ever talked, but TikTok kind of ruins movies now.
Yeah.
And so,
100%.
so like, I know what happens in Joker 2. Like, I know what happens. Like, and how they kind of made it seem like an homage to kind of Heath Ledger at the end, where because he was the guy that had the scars, put scars on his face, right? And
Right.
all this
But
other,
here's the thing I had the biggest gripe with it is that it's such a dynamic shift from the first movie to the second one. Because I love the artistic nature of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker because of the fact that it is Crown Prince of Chaos. He is the embodiment of all this, which I loved it. I didn't really have any premise on going into Joker 2. I knew what it was about, but I did not know it was a musical going into it. So the entire time I'm sitting here like, what is it? What have y'all tricked me into watching? Because I thought it was going to be
mental
crazy
health thing. It's literally it's a mental health thing where what his mind conjured up.
No,
and so but anyway, let's go back to the Hulk. Sorry.
Yeah. Let's try to wrap it up.
Dude,
I would love to talk about
No, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, my bad.
No,
I was just gonna say, Luke, like, I know we're about to go back to the Incredible Hulk thing, but I would love to talk to you about mental health, because I have really found a passion for it, and that's why, like, I'm in counseling and I'm learning about the brain, and I'm learning about, like, I love psychology and all that stuff, and so just like, it's my mom works at the high school, and we actually had a conversation the other night just about like abuse and everything, and like just how different things can easily affect the brain and you don't even know it. Anyways.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. And I think Katie, my wife, she's a psych minor. And so the thing is,
that's sick.
Yeah. And I'll say this last part of it, because we really do need to move on. But the thing is when we were first starting the date, she like would psychoanalyze me. She would like see like what made me tick, like what would do all this stuff, and like for real, like you would kind of just see all that, and that's, and I even like I have a fascination with so like I have a fascination with people who have struggled with mental health issues that are like maybe serial killers or of all this other stuff, because again, like what made you do that? What made you take? And I can honestly, and things because doing counseling psychology is that it's all like there's abuse, there was drugs, there was sexual abuse, there was mental verbal abuse, like all this other stuff. So I mean, it's all common factors that like trigger all that stuff. But yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah,
for sure.
I feel like this podcast always comes full circle back to Joker too.
Yeah.
It's
a foundational movie that started us.
it is insane that this is the second time I've used the Joker for one of my school essays. It's pretty
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do y'all
I
even
I
was gonna say, do y'all have any
What?
more thoughts about the Incredible Hulk? I know we did talk about a lot. We kind
Good
of went through a
foundational
whole lot.
movie.
I
would
think
not watch
we
it
went through it.
again.
I do feel like it does have a good rewatchability. If I'm
I would watch it again.
lie.
I
Yeah,
have to be really in the mood for it. I would have to be really in the mood to
Yeah.
watch it again.
It's just I don't know. I'd watch it, but like I don't get like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna watch The Incredible Hulk.
Right.
Well, like I'm not gonna go like if it's on like say I'm scrolling and it's like on TNT, like I'm not gonna turn it on and be like, oh, the Incredible Hulk's on. Like I'm not gonna do something like that, you know. And like I think it could be considered a rewatch. You know, I think again it's a matter if you want to do that, and I think something that and John, I think something that you will appreciate, and I love that you're going through the Marvel movies and leading it up to Doomsday and everything else like that. But what I loved about rewatching this today was all the throwbacks of like the things that you didn't catch and that you did see, like the things they were referencing and how it just set up this universe and was trying to, because even like they cut this from the credit, they did this in the alternative opening, but like in the alternative opening during the credits they actually show Captain America in the eyes, like, you know, and I think that's the thing where all of it ties together. And of course, like seeing Stearns and knowing how he became, you know, the leader, you know, later on, and how terrible Captain America Brave New World was. But yeah, I mean, I think it is really cool just seeing the throwback. So I wouldn't consider like I said, I hadn't seen it in 10 years, and I wouldn't be surprised unless Charlie just wanted to watch it one day. I probably wouldn't watch it again for like another 10 years.
Oh, wow.
So
yeah, I feel like it's not something I'd willingly throw on, but if someone's already watching it, I'll probably sit down and watch it with them. But it's not something like, time to rewatch Marvel. I'm so excited for The Incredible Hulk.
Oh boy!
Oh,
Time to watch The Incredible Hulk. Oh, good golly wankers!
Yeah, it's
Jolly
not one
good
of those
time.
movies. It's just like, if I'm walking to the living room and someone's already watching it, then I'll probably go sit down and watch it with them.
But I will always rewatch Infinity War and Endgame anytime it's on TV, no matter where it's at. I'll turn it on and watch it.
I like that.
So
I like that. I don't even know if Endgame's in my top 10 Marvel movies.
well, everyone has their cross to bear.